Hello and welcome to a new season of Campbell Baseball's Monday Conversation. I'm Chris Hemeyer, joined by the head coach of Campbell Baseball, Justin Haire. And Coach, since it's the first game week, everything a little mixed up here. We're doing our preview, our Monday Conversation a little bit later on the week, but that's what happens when it's the beginning of the season. I know so much to get to. How is your season going so far, and how do you prep for the beginning of the year?
The early spring's gone really well for us. Guys have come back from the break and been really locked in. They've done a great job in the weight room, and the weather's been, like somebody said earlier today, the weather's been a little bipolar the last couple of weeks. It's been up, it's been down, but our guys have fought through a little bit of that adversity, and we don't feel sorry for ourselves by any stretch of the imagination. I think we'll be ready to go come Friday night.
Coach, as you know, a winning tradition here. This is your second year as head coach, but you've been here to build this program. Now you here personally as a coach here in your ninth year, 163 wins over the last 4 years. As we start the year here, you take a little bit of time to look back at that success. Just an amazing number.
163 wins, a lot of really good players to come through here, a lot of guys, blood, sweat, and tears, that have laid the foundation for this program, 17th most wins in the country over the last 4 years. It's been a fun ride. I want to be able to work with these guys and this group in 2016 and hopefully add to that tradition, add to that legacy, and hopefully next year when we're having this conversation, we're closer to the 200 mark.
Coach, let's talk about this year's edition of the Camels. What can we expect from a lot of new faces this year?
Well, first of all, we've got a good core of 8 seniors coming back that are going to be big-time contributors for us. But the new guys, the young guys, are going to be exciting. They're very good athletes. They're hard workers. They're exactly the type of guys that we want in this program and that have made this program great over the last 4 or 5 years. So hopefully you'll see a lot of that. You'll see guys that respect the game, respect the opponent, respect themselves, and are going to go out there and get after it.
Coach, as we start this year, this is your second year of head coach, of course, an assistant coach here for many years before that. What's different for you here in year number 2 as a head man?
Well, I think there's just a different level of comfortability with me and the staff and all the players. There's a big difference between last year. There was a number of guys that we recruited when I was the assistant and knew me both as assistant and then as head coach. And now we're down to maybe 4 or 5 guys out of the 30-plus that we have that ever had me as an assistant coach. So that relationship has changed and is good. Our staff, their second full year here together, that comfortability there helps for the transition to be a lot better. Things run smoother. Everybody knows what to expect, where to be, when to be there, and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it's been more efficient. We've gotten a lot more done. I feel like we're much more prepared going into the season.
I know something special that you had over the weekend for not only you, staff, and the guys is the annual Campbell Baseball First Pitch Dinner. Tell us a little bit about what went on at that special event this year.
So this year, a special year for us, 8th year that we've been able to do it. Had a great crowd, over 170 people there, which was awesome. Mr. Roller, Bob Roller, our AD, got up, talked about the new addition, the Jim and Daphne Perry Pavilion that's going to break ground in May. Talked about a trip to Puerto Rico that we're going to be able to take our team on here at the end of the year in May as well. May is going to be a busy month apparently. But then we had an unbelievable speaker, a guy named Brandon May, former Clemson football All-American, come and speak to us just about buying into the process and being able to sell out to the goals that you have in front of you and really playing the season with a chip on your shoulder and taking advantage of the opportunities you have. A very inspirational night, unbelievable energy in the room. I'm just thankful for all the people that came and fans and supporters and team, and it was just a great night. Good way to kick off the year.
Coach, of course, after North Carolina weather, typically this time of year, after school being called off on Monday because of snow, you guys are looking at some great weather this week and going to be in the 60s, maybe even the 70s, and a good program comes into town. Out of the MAC, Miami of Ohio comes in, a 3-game series, 3 o'clock Friday, 3 o'clock Saturday, 2 o'clock on Sunday. What do you know about Miami?
Well, Miami's a little bit like us. They've got a good core of returning guys, 6 or 7 guys in their lineup that have played a bunch. And then they've got some good young players that they're looking to count on to be contributors. Very similar, again, to us. I know Coach Hayden and those guys do a really, really good job up there. They're a high-energy, high-tempo type team. So it should be a good matchup. Looking forward to locking up with those guys and kind of using it as a measuring stick moving forward to seeing where both of our programs are, as we get into the season and get going a little bit.
That's this weekend. Tickets still available. Campbell's opening series against Miami of Ohio. If you can't make it, you can listen to that and every home game through GoCamels.com. It's a little different this year, so make sure you go to the baseball schedule page. We'll have the audio link for you for all 3 games this weekend. For head coach Justin Haire, I'm Chris Hemeyer saying so long, and we'll talk to you next week on the Baseball Monday Conversation.